Now I want to switch to endorsements. Something I run into on the campaign trail when I am talking to voters is that how far do endorsements go? Like ads, right? Most people kind of can make up their own minds, but how far does Kim Reynolds endorsing DeSantis, or most recently Steve King, who was voted out of his long-term, seat, endorsing Vivek Ramaswamy? So, can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. So the power of endorsements is an information shortcut. In a normal campaign, right, a partisan, a Democrat in 2020 or a Republican in 2016, they've got to choose from a bunch of candidates they probably like, right? Candidates who agree with them on many of the same issues, candidates who they're in their party, right? So they're sort of naturally inclined to like them all. And they have to make what is really a hard choice between a slew of candidates that they agree with. Which one's best? And the differences are often so slight, and the information's hard enough to get that it's a tough choice. Way harder than a general election, right? Most people, the general election choice is pretty darn easy, right? If you care about politics at all, right, you pick a side, you pick an issue, you vote for the candidate, right, who agrees with you on abortion or taxes or whatever it is. Easy. In a primary or a caucus, way harder. And so what endorsements do is they provide this information shortcut, right? Kim Reynolds, if I'm a typical Republican in the state of Iowa, Kim Reynolds knows a lot more about all this than I do. And if I'm a Republican in Iowa, I probably like Kim Reynolds and I trust Kim Reynolds. And so Kim Reynolds telling me Ron DeSantis is the best choice is incredibly useful information most of the time. The difference is people know what they know about Donald Trump, right? And so the reason why the Vanderplat's endorsement, Bob Vanderplatz's endorsement of DeSantis, or Kim Reynolds' endorsement of DeSantis, or again, Steve King's recent endorsement of Ramaswamy aren't going to do anything is because they're not going to persuade anybody to not back Donald Trump, right? That's not information that is helpful enough to be able to get people to change their mind. We did polling on this. We had a poll go in the field at Iowa State right after Kim Reynolds endorsed, and we asked people, did it make you more or less likely to support DeSantis? And slightly more people said that it made them less likely to support DeSantis than said more. The vast majority said no difference. But here's the thing, right? We're doing one of these internet-based samples where we're re-interviewing people. So we knew a month beforehand who did these people support, and then we asked, did Kim Reynolds change her mind? And it ends up all of the more likely or less likely was either cheerleading by DeSantis supporters, right? So it was DeSantis supporters who said Kim Reynolds made them more likely, or for lack of a better term, sour grapes by Trump supporters, right? So the people who said Kim Reynolds made them less likely to support DeSantis were backing Trump and were sort of mad at Kim Reynolds, and they used this as an expression of that. Overall, the whole thing was a wash, and there was no effect on support for Ron DeSantis.